Hello, welcome everybody to Destructive Steps 12. This is the online edition. We're going to be doing this online this year. For those of you that were here last week, we had sort of limited attendance in-person battles, but we're doing this digitally. Before I, get into the specifics of what's going to happen today, I'm going to do a little acknowledgement of country. I would like to acknowledge the Gadigal people who are the traditional custodians of this land, and I'd like to pay my respects to elders past and present, as well as emerging of the Eora Nation, and I extend that respect to other Indigenous people who are present. Now today, we're doing a one-on-one online breaking. So what's happened is that competitors have submitted their preliminary sets on Instagram, and they've been given a list of 5 songs, and they haven't been told they haven't been told who they're going up against, and they haven't been told the order of their sets, so they were told to submit 5 sets, and we have selected the top 16, and we've run a set of battles to find out who the winner is, so we're going to find out today. A couple of sponsors helping this happen. City of Sydney, opensource.co, they're helping the live stream happen. Red Bull, of course, Darling Square Community Bank, and City West Community Financial Services, all helping Destructive Steps happen online for you today. Lots of hands helping this happen. But to go into this top 16, we've got 3 judges sitting here for you that are going to help figure out who is going in. And so first up, we got Kamikaze, representing DMC and Juse, breaking for over 2 decades, parkour, stunts, tricking, calisthenics. He's a regularly entertaining performer. Welcome, Kamikaze.
What's up? I'm ready to get these battles underway. I want to see what the talent pool has to offer.
Yeah, and digitally this year it's going to be...
It's really interesting, like watching it through Instagram. It's like a whole new, different opportunities on how to battle, so it's really been an interesting time.
All right. Next up, we have representing Style Elements from California, currently residing in Adelaide. We've got Po1, man of knowledge, hip hop history, and culture. Welcome.
Hey, well, what's up, brother? I'm happy to be here.
Nice.
So, what's up, everybody? Hope everybody's well. Peace.
All right. We have one more judge that's dropping in via video call. Couldn't be here today in person, but representing SKB and Street Beatz, 3 times I-16 Oceania champion, Don from SKB, who is dialed in, be giving us his thoughts.
Oh yeah. Hello everybody. Yeah, Junji was a bit different. It was definitely like interesting to do. But yeah, no, it was still cool to see different talents, and it was quite inspiring in some ways. So yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, good. We still making this happen, despite the difficulties of this year. We got a song selector, DJ Decal, 28 years of experience with hip hop, funk, soul, disco, and breaks at events around Sydney, a lover of old school flavor and deep knowledge of funks and breaks. He has been our DJ for this, and we'll get to see some of the song choices as we go. My name is Chux. I'm going to be your MC for this part of today. Before we get in, and you talked a little bit about this, Chris, what was it like judging online? How were the competitors overall?
It was really interesting to judge it sort of via the Instagram. It was kind of like scrolling through Insta like I normally would anyway. I was like, yeah, double tap this one, heart emoji this one, It's really interesting doing it on that platform. But it was a kind of cool and unique way. Really unique way to do the battles. So yeah.
We'll see how that how that kind of ties in, because it is like scrolling through your feed, but you're still you're still a judge, so you still affect the outcome of what happens. Poe, what about you? How was it judging online?
Well, this is like my ninth, maybe 11th online battle
Oh yeah.
since the pandemic has hit.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've gotten quite used to it actually, and it's kind of like how Kamikaze says. We watch videos. I get sent videos all the time on WhatsApp, Messenger, and IG from people all around the world asking, "Oh, can I watch their round? Can I give them advice on what they need to work on or what they did good?" Other people will send me videos of battles that they've had on YouTube, and they'll say, I don't understand why I lost and the judges voted against me. Can you watch it, Poe, and give me your input? So I've kind of gotten used to watching it online. The only problem I find is that I like to feel how the dancer touches the floor, and online it doesn't show that.
Yeah,
if they're
yeah.
pounding or slamming, it doesn't have finesse or stuff like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I try to pay attention very closely on how the dancer is touching the floor through video, but I also focus more on their transition, if it's smooth, if it's clean, stuff like that. But also online could work against them if there's glitches or anything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I find it okay, man.
Yeah.
It's an alternative for what's happening now,
Yeah.
and I'm very grateful that alternative actually exists.
Yeah, we
You know what
we
I'm
are
saying?
adapting.
Adapted, yeah. So
It's funny as well, like sometimes a dancer, and particularly on the day when you were at the event, you'd be like, this is a great set, and you'll watch back footage of that event and be like, it's not as hype. You can't show it to someone and explain how you felt about it.
yeah, exactly.
So there's that level of interest. Let's throw to Don for a second. What about you, Don? Have you done any digital kind of judging this year, or has this been the first encounter?
When I did judge though, I did just watch it once, made a decision, and then kind of watch it again and just see if I missed anything. But at the same time, I've already made a decision because I tried to do it as real as possible anyway. What I didn't like about it, I guess, is that some people were submitting videos and looked like they were practicing. I was like, what are you doing? I had notes where I wrote down practice gang because I was like, stop practicing. I was like, it's a battle. So, but yeah, other than that, yeah, it was really cool. It was interesting. It was a good first for me. And yeah, and if anything, it's pretty awesome to be asked to judge an online battle. So it's cool.
Yeah, great. Yeah, we gave the dancers maybe so we gave them 4 days to submit clips, and those of you that are familiar with dancers know that some a very small amount were ahead of the curve and submitted them early, and a good number of them rushed to get them in closer to. So we will see varying levels of preparedness throughout the event. But let's get to our top 16, and let's show the bracket that we've drawn up. Now, the bracket was not known to these dancers. We'll read out all the names, but they didn't know exactly who they were battling. So this is brand new for a lot of them. First up, we've got Jedi 6-1, Shoya, Young Mason, Kohei, Shuhei, Fongo, Landau, Ryota, Kohei, Roman, Rico, Shade, Tokay, Saseu, Isin, and Longneck. Lots of Japanese representation in our bracket this year. Lots and lots, and a fair few of those are Japanese b-boys residing in Australia. But yeah, we've got 2 Australian and 1 Korean entrants. So this is a heavily Japanese bracket. We'll find out how that goes and how many go through. So top 16, once again, Jedi 6-1, representing Skill at Will from Australia, is up against Shoya from Mortal Kombat in Japan. Let's go through to this first battle.
I got soul.
Jedi 6-1 first up. right. So that's the first of our top 16. Jedi 6-1 versus Shoya. Now we're gonna give you a little more commentary than you would get on a an in-person battle. So we'll throw to our judges and we'll see a little bit of thought about what we saw before we give you our verdict. Chris, you want to go first?
Yeah, so with that battle, there was, I think Jedi had a lot of creativity, a lot of originality, great musicality. I did see a couple of little stumbles with the threads. He wasn't as clean as I've seen him do before. With Shoya, he had a great range of diversity and like very explosive power movements, very sharp. Like the head spin with the pike leg was really nice. The what was that first flare into the air flare to the feet? Just really good, well-rounded round, pretty well executed. So my vote. Do you want the vote now?
Let's. I mean, you can give your vote. Let's cycle through.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So my vote for that battle was for Shoya.
Okay. Poe, what did you think about that one?
What up, yo? For me, it was a really close battle. I actually have Jedi winning on this one. I think his tops were better. Like if you start breaking it down, I think his concepts of originality were better. I did see him get caught a little bit on some of his when he did a back rock to a knee thread thing. Got caught a little bit, but overall a lot of originality in there and finished with form and stuff like that by the time he got up, and more musical, more musical with everything he's doing, taking his time in that. How do you say Shoya, right?
Yeah.
Shoya, I really liked actually his whole run. I liked how he went to the point with the whole thing. The only thing that I saw was his top rock. He didn't really have any. He just did a quick 4 count.
Dropped in.
And dropped down. Didn't really focus on the music in that aspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of his moves and combinations are popular moves and combinations of today. No originality in that. You know what I mean? But I like how he executed that. But if you look at his first flare, he taps his foot on his first flare during his transition. So you see the mess up there, like a drag the foot. Second transition, he's going on his knee, kind of stutters on his knee again as well. I liked how he was playing with halos both ways. I liked his head spin L, putting his hand on the side. But when I look at all that, I like his spinning air chair. But if you really break it down, spinning air chair, his bebe, just that variation of it. The L, sideways storm, just a lot of the combinations were already of popular signature B-boys,
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. It just shows he's young, he's focusing on the execution part, but I think he really needs to work on how to make it his own with originality and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even though I think Jedi wasn't as clean as he usually is, I think bringing his own arsenal and stuff kind of edged him just a little bit. He almost lost this battle, but edged him a little bit because of it.
Took it out. All right. So one for Jedi, one for Shoya. Don, what about you? If you want to give us something brief about what you thought.
So sorry about the camo filter I got going on. It's quite fancy. But for me, it was a bit of a clash of styles. Obviously Jedi, nice and original. I really like how he dances. But ultimately, for me, it came down to who I felt executed better, and I went with Shoya on that one. That head spin move to that freeze kind of got me a little bit. I was like, bam. I think if I tried to bite that, mine might look like a 6-step instead. So, I thought I went with Shoya.
All right. So we got 2-1 Shoya to Jedi. So Shoya goes through. This kind of feels like NBA commentary. We could do like a Shaq, Stephen A. Smith kind of roundtable thing today. So battle 2, we got Young Mason representing 143 Liverpool Street, Okayama B-Boys, Japan, versus Kohei 1, I think. Kohei 1, Dead Stock, Japan. Let's see how that battle turns out. Mason versus Kohei 1. I like that they were both kind of outside in public areas. The vibe of that was nice, but I'm not one of the judges, so let's see what the judges thought. Let's go over to you, Chris.
Yeah, that was a pretty decent battle, and again, yeah, I think a lot of people should be using that more, like the environment, because you know, if you're doing an online battle, use the environment more. But with that one, young Mason, he did a good footwork round and stuff. He didn't quite execute the rollback air chair that he didn't hit it quite as nice as he could have. It was tricky to tell with the musicality. It might have been the music that was out on like a little delayed or something with that one. So I couldn't really tell the musicality, but he had very, very good foundation, nice footwork techs, but Kohei was just a little bit sharper, a bit more explosive, and he really picked it up towards the end there. I like the baseball bat swing down to the knees. That's little like one hand front handspring sort of thing. Like it was a bit more explosive and dynamic, and he really picked it up towards the end, whereas I felt like Mason slowed down towards the end.
Yeah.
So I gave Kohei 1 the win on that one.
All right. Po 1, what about you?
I have Kohei winning this battle as well. I feel that Mason, I guess his name is Mota, right?
Yeah.
I feel that Mason, his first freeze that he did was facing the wrong way. You know, when you're battling online or in person, all your freezes, your burns, and everything should go towards your opponent.
Yeah.
It's just like boxing. If you're in front of me, I'm not going to swing behind me to hit the opponent. You know, it's the opponent's in front of you. So his first freeze was the wrong direction. He should be able to learn to control where he's aiming at.
Yep.
You know, I feel his clarity in his footwork. He was slipping and sliding a little bit, like if he didn't have grip on his shoes or something.
Yeah.
You know, didn't really put in, he did footwork and everything, but it wasn't as clear or secure or solid, and no originality in it whatsoever. You know, nothing of his own, you know.
Yeah.
But I do think he's on the right path in the aspect of, I can tell he's trying to structure how he top rocks, how he drops, how he footworks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just think he needs to learn to get more clarity and more solidness in the moves.
Yeah.
You know? Now for Kohei, for me overall, the round was fresh. He had the speed with the music, the musicality, he had the levels going up and down, he had the burns, everything was towards the camera. He understood he needed to throw the burns towards the camera, which was his opponent at that time. He understood about the sporadicness, the clarity in his steps, and it was just raw, a real good round. You know, I give it up. So I give him that point.
All right. What about you, Don? So at the moment we got 2 for Kohei. What are your thoughts, Don?
I thought young Mason's set was just a little bit rough. While Kohei 1, his energy was good. He battled well, and that praying sequence that he did was pretty fresh. And I thought, yep, this guy definitely took it out.
Yeah. All right. It was a good battle, but we've got Kohei going through on 3 votes. So next up, we got Shuhei, also from 143 Liverpool Street, familiar, Locoism, Japan, versus Fongo, Almighty Team Cream, Australia. Let's see how that one pans out. Good photos. Shuhei first. Shuhei, 143 Liverpool Street, Locoism, and Fongo, Almighty Team Cream. Good photos, guys. Good, like much better profiles submitted. Let's maybe let's go in reverse for this one. Let's maybe throw to Don. Don, let's have you start off and see what you thought about that.
Yeah, so I actually had I had Fongo taking this one out. I thought Shuhei had a lot of content in his set, but it seemed a bit slower and slower paced. While I thought Fongo was a bit more straight to the point, and it was a bit of a strong round. So yeah, I gave that one to Fongo.
All right, thanks, Don. Let's go over to you, Po. For Shuhei and Fongo, Po, what did you think?
I actually have Fongo winning this round. Yeah. And yeah, so I'll make it quick. Fongo to me was his commitment is always there. He likes to play around. He knows it's a battle, so he's taunting and teasing, looking at the camera like, yo, that's it. That's all I got to do, to win your round, He shows that he goes for it every single time. Yeah. I do find that sometimes when he hits certain things on the bottom on the ground, you could see where he gets stuck a little bit in transitions and stuff like that. But in this certain battle, Shuhei didn't look so confident. He gets up kind of unconfident, kind of like, and it kind of jogs off, It was a little bit unconfident. Yeah. Looked down a lot. It wasn't like that battle way, It was just a round thrown towards for the camera for this battle. He didn't treat it as a confrontation kind of in a way. You know what I mean? But I like his intricate stuff. Shuhei has some really intricate stuff, and he's a smart. He's very smart the way he thinks. Yeah. But yeah, I give it to Fongo on this one.
All right, Chris, what about you? Your brief thoughts on that?
Yeah, it was a good battle. I think content-wise, they were both pretty good. Both rounds were pretty good. Shuhei had a lot of content, was quite sharp, but it felt like Shuhei was more sort of like ciphering with himself, whereas Fongo was actually battling. Plus, Fongo did the hip thrust to the beat at the end, and he wins based on that.
There's a character.
Yeah. The Baywatch picture is an automatic W right there.
Character. All right, so Fongo goes through on that one. Fourth battle, we got Landau from Not Stain, Japan versus Ryota, Okayama B-Boys and High Roof, Japan. All right, see how that one goes. Landau first up. Landau versus Ryota. Let's throw it to Don again. Don, you start us off. What did you think about that one?
Yeah, so for the prelim round, I actually had Ryota as my highest scoring, and I thought he was fresh. But yeah, for this battle though, I thought Landau took it out. He had more content. He executed moves better. Both of them actually did like a tap mill sort of combination at the end. I just thought that Landau entered that tap mill combo a bit better and definitely ended it better as well. So I gave this one to Landau.
All right. Chris, what about you?
Yeah, that was a great battle. Again, both B-boys are really fresh. I just thought Landau was executing a little bit better. Great showmanship, great character. The red hair was cute. So, I'm going to give my vote to Landau.
Yeah, I liked the other people just being in the practice spot as well behind. That was a nice detail. Yeah. What about you, Po?
I actually have Landau in this battle. I like both of them. I think they both have great form and footwork. They were both sporadic, very fast, and everything. But I think Landau covered a little bit more basis in the aspect of more levels and more variations in different moves and stuff like that. Did lack a little originality. Both of them did. But Ryota did a lot of footwork, but not a lot of things in the footwork.
Yeah.
And then when he started to go, like his top swipe or K swipe or air swipe, in the States we call it air swipe, some areas, he went into munchmas or tap, but then he stopped there. Landau kept going with a lot of different other variations, so I'll give it to Landau. He was sharp in this one.
All right. So Landau goes through. We got 4 of our top 16 battles down. Next one, 5th battle. Let's see. We got Kohei from 143 Liverpool Street Familiars, Illest Fellas Japan versus Roman from Japan. That's Kohei versus Roman. You can really tell. In Roman's video that they're doing breaking practice on that floor. It's like a nice little faded circle in the middle. What did you think, Chris?
Yeah, that was a really good battle. Shows a bit of diversity with the two b-boys there. I think Roman had a really great set, like a power set. There wasn't anything too original about it. It was kind of a sort of stock standard power. He showcased really good power though. But Kohei was really flowing and just it seemed like he was really vibing the music and just sort of a bit more comfortable, whereas Roman was like quite aggressive, and so I went with Kohei for that one.
All right. Po, what about you on Kohei versus Roman?
All right, what's up, y'all? Well, I have Kohei. Kohei went in this one. I like what Roman did. His energy was actually a little higher than Kohei, the energy-wise. But if you really break it down and analyze his top rock, you can see he needs work on his top rock. He's still young. You can see he's pulling out the power, which is great, but you can see that he's dragging his flares, lacking a little bit of originality on there. But he wants it. You can tell he's hungry.
Yeah.
You know, and stuff. Kohei, on the other hand, I felt he was missing a little bit of the oomph, the energy that the kid had. But because it looked like he was just practicing his run or something. But he showed a lot of different variations of originality, level changes. He went from tops to drops back up in different levels and showed a big variety. Threw a flare in there, dragged it a little bit on his ankles, but he showed that he had a little bit of power in there. He had footwork, he had levels, and the footwork was powerful as well. And a lot of freeze framing. His form and freeze framing is way more mature and more developed than Roman's. Roman needs to develop more in that, you know.
All
But
right.
I think Roman's energy was better.
Yeah.
You know? But I give it to Kohei.
All right, so we
All
got
right.
2 for Kohei at the moment. Over to Don. Don, where are you at on this one?
Yeah, I had Kohei winning this one. I just thought he did a better round. I definitely think it was lacking a bit of snap to it, but I still think it was a stronger round than Roman's. I thought Roman's tops were a bit forced. It looked like it was a bit rehearsed in a way. But yeah, his power's good. Definitely could use a bit more work. But yeah, I thought Kohei took this one out.
All right. So Kohei goes through. Next up, we have Rico from Traveler Crew in Korea versus Shade in Aria and Usuikaku, Japan. All right, Rico first up. Rico versus Shade. Rico versus Shade. Let's throw to Don on this one. Don, how'd you feel about that one?
Yeah, I had Shade taking this one out. I thought his concepts are real nice. And Rico looks like, yeah, he was part of the practice gang. Looks like he was practicing. But yeah, I thought Shade took it out.
Yeah. Dope spot too. What about you, Chris?
That was, Shade. I got Shade getting this one. Like those threads were really sharp. So many levels and just really diverse round. I thought, Rico was a bit lazy with his tops. The 1.5 was nice, but it was like rough. It was a rough landing, but yeah, it was. That one goes to Shade.
All right, and Poe.
I'll try to keep it short. I actually have Shade. He never seems to disappoint every time I see him get down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very creative, covers a lot of levels, dominates power, dominates originality, dominates footwork, angles. He's a smart individual when he gets down. His round was nice and smooth. Executed everything that he showed. Rico, on the other hand, very nice, but really no originality. Everything's sort of popular moves, you know what I mean? And his landings, just like Kamikaze said, his landings, if you pay attention to the video, he's just slamming on the floor every time he does a transition. He needs to work on his landing, how to land like a ninja or a cat, softly.
Yeah.
And make it smooth and clean. You know, he did look a little lazy and sluggish. His freeze was also the wrong way. His headstand was the wrong way. He needs to work on that.
All right. So 3 for Shade. Shade going through. Second last battle, we got Tokay from Nexus Japan versus Saseu, Gladiators Japan. Let's see that one. Tokay first up. Alright, Saseu. Alright. Tokay and Saseu. So see who goes through. Don, you go first. Let's see. Tokay or Saseu?
I had Tokay in this one. I thought he just danced better. Saseu, I like the fact that he's got like a nice character, some different moves, but again, part of the practice gang, he looked like he was practicing. But yeah, I thought Tokay took it out.
All right. What about you, Poe?
I have Tokay in this battle. I have Tokay, and I thought his dancing was way better, just like Don said. I liked how he mixed different styles of dances. You know, you can see a few mambo steps in there, some salsa hips in there in his top rock. You can see when he starts adding that back little circle with like the Charleston stuff, you know, swing dance and stuff, but still in a breaking approach.
Yeah.
And he knew when to drop. He dropped right on the symbol of the music and just kept it going. It looked fresh. He finished clean. Saseu, on the other hand, I liked his character, his originality, but he kept getting up and resetting, and when he got up, it had no flow. It looked like he would just kind of stomp in one place and then go back down. He needs to work on that. He needs to make it flawlessly connected. You
On
know
that
what I'm saying?
link.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it was good. I have Tokay in this one.
All right. And Chris?
Yeah, so Saseu for me had some great concepts, and he was really sharp with his freezes. But as Poe said, he'd lose energy like mid-round when he'd get up and reset. Tokay was just like, musicality was on point. He was really dancing. He was really sharp with all his movements and really performed. So Tokay for me.
All right. So Tokay goes through. Last up, we got Isin from Body Carnival in Japan versus Longneck X Tribe in Japan. Let's go. Long neck, X Tribe. Isin from Body Carnival versus Long Neck, X-Tribe in Japan. Let's go to you, Chris. What did you think about that battle?
So for me, like Longneck had a great character, like nice footwork, but there wasn't too much to it. There wasn't. He was really fun and really played around, but I just didn't see too much content. But whereas Isin was super powerful, even his footwork was powerful. That first drop was really like original and just really like crazy set from Isin. So I gave it to Isin.
All right. Poe, what did you think?
I got Isin in this battle.
Yeah.
I think Isin is just raw with it. His drops were nasty, his transitions were nasty, very sporadic. They came in different sections that were really spontaneous, and he kept the flow and he finished strong from beginning to end. Long Neck, on the other hand, I love this character, his playfulness, but it's kind of like Kamikaze said, it's just he did a lot of footwork-based stuff, which is great, but not much content in there, you know what I mean? Yeah. He kept it very basic, just a few hooks, a few figure fours, and then got up. For a battle like this to be in top 16, you should throw your stuff. Don't hold back, mostly online or anywhere. Don't hold back. You know? So I give it to Isin.
All right, Don. Let's throw to you. So 2 for Isin so far. Where are you at?
I thought I had Isin taking this one. So what's his name? Long Neck, I thought, didn't really do anything special. His footwork's nice, his tops is nice, his dance is nice, but it wasn't really like a memorable set. Well, especially matched up against Isin, who's like, that solid. So, I thought Isin took this out.
All right. So let's go through to the top 8. So the battle bracket for the top 8, now that we know who's gone through, we got Shoya versus Kohei 1, Fongo versus Landau, Kohei versus Shade, and Tokay versus Isin. We got that battle bracket up. And let's see. So first up, we'll go to Shoya versus Kohei 1. So top 8, first round. Shoya, Mortal Kombat, Japan. Shoya versus Kohei. Big energy with that one. I think bigger sets from both. Interesting because they don't know who they're up against. We're just seeing who's paired with who. I'll throw it to Don on this first one. Don, where were you at for that one?
I gave this one to Shoya. I really like Kohei one there. Kohei one's really nice footwork patterns. I just didn't think he finished that strong. Shoya on the other hand, I thought his difficulty level was pretty good. And that backspin to freeze at the end, I feel like he knew it was good too. So I'll give it to Shoya.
All right. Poe, where were you at for this one?
I actually had Kohei. Kohei won on this one. I felt his transitions were unpredictable. He was just coming out of nowhere. Played with a lot of different levels. His speed and his snap was way better than Shuhei. Shuhei, you can see things coming. I do think this round of Shuhei is better than his first round.
Shoya.
Shoya,
Yeah,
I mean, Shoya.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. And I do think he lacked a little bit of originality. Both of them kind of lacked a little originality, but I think Kohei has a better understanding of the art form as a whole. You know, from paying attention to his tops were better, his drops were better, more variety in drops. If you look at Shoya, he's always stepping back to set up into a flare or something. You could see it coming. Shoya never did that. He was tangling up on all levels, traveling knee rocks and moving. So I actually have Kohei one.
All right. So one each. We got from Poe and Don. Kamikaze, let's go.
So yeah, this is a really tough one to battle. Really tough one to battle. Really tough one to judge. Kohei was so sharp with everything. He was had some dope drops, great musicality. But I gave it to Shoya. The power transitions I found were really unique. Some really dope drops, and had the musicality. Hit the free sharp at the end. So I gave it to Shoya.
All right. So 2-1. Shoya goes through. Our next battle, we got Fongo versus Landau. So Almighty Team Cream versus Not Stained. Let's go. I'm still not sick of the picture.
One off, done.
Who's that in there? Fongo. We got Landau.
Go gadget, let's go.
Fongo versus Landau. Second of our top 8 battles. Let's go to Yupo first.
What up?
What did you think about that one? Fongo versus Landau.
I got Landau on this one.
Yeah.
I got Landau. Landau was just way more sharper, faster, smoother. But faster doesn't mean sharper, but it was sporadic. It was smooth. All his transition, his flares weren't dragging. Everything, he hit it perfectly. Fongo, I love the one arm concept, and I love his trash talking.
Love the energy.
You know what I mean? I love the energy. I saw him switching his arms a little bit in the set. He started with his right arm, then got out of it with his left arm, but it was still one arm.
Yeah.
And then when he popped off his back, he used both arms, but
Yeah.
then went back into the one arm. I did feel it was a little choppy in some parts. It didn't have seamless transitions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Landau did. Landau kind of really freaked the music more in that aspect and paid attention. So I give it to Landau.
All right. What about you, Chris?
I wanted Fongo to win that one so bad just because of the trash talk. I gave him bonus points for the trash talk, but he was like his grab leg mill was a little bit sloppy. I liked how he was talking trash about the one arm, and then he did the invert missile thing. But Landau was hard to fault. He was just so sharp and on it with everything, and it was so diverse. So I had to give it to Landau.
All right. So 2 for Landau so far. Don, where are you at for that one?
Yeah, I thought Fongo's video was probably the best video of the whole thing. But I have to give this one to Landau. He danced better, he was sharper, he was snappier. I think because of Fongo's concept, he might have been doing moves a bit more controlled. So, yeah, but I thought Landau took it out.
That's good. All right, 3 votes to Landau. Landau through. Fongo has been the only one trash talking throughout, which has been nice.
Well, Landau did do this.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Yeah, I think we probably would have seen more trash talking if other competitors had seen that Fongo was. Yeah, that would have been nice. All right.
Maybe we can trash talk in the comment section.
Oh, absolutely. You don't need to prompt them for that one. They'll just do it. All right, third battle. We got Kohei from 143, Liverpool Street Familiar and Illest Fellas versus Shade from Aria Usui Kikaku, Japan. Shade and Kohei. Kohei first up. Over to Shade. Kohei versus Shade. All right. Don, let's start to you first. So, Don, where are you at on this one? Kohei or Shade?
I had Shade taking this one out. Shade's got like really strong thread concepts, and I feel like Kohei, he did actually miss. He did like a magic thread, missed the thread, and against somebody that's like strong with threads, you really don't want to mess that up. So, yeah, I thought Shade took this one out.
All right. Chris, what about you?
Yeah, I've got Shade taking this one as well. Kohei's energy was lacking a little bit. I would have liked to have seen him a bit sharper. Yeah, he missed the thread. And yeah, Shade was just so like explosive and original and yeah, fresh.
Yeah, yeah. And Poe?
I got Shade in this battle. I feel Shade just his variations. He does new forms of transitions, new moves within those transitions. He has so many angles. He plays around with so many different parts of the room. You know what I mean? Like, it's so many angles. He's incredible. I really like Shade, you know. Kohei on this one, I love Shade. He's like my brother. He's, you know, he studies the culture well, but I think he lacked a little bit in this one. He looked a little tired. He wasn't sharp in his moves like he usually is.
Yeah.
When he went for the toe grab to the thread, he didn't even touch his toe.
Yeah.
You know? You could see he was missing his moves and stuff like that. So
yeah.
I give it to Shade in this one.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so 3 votes to Shade. Shade goes through. Last battle of our top 8, we have Tokay versus Isin. Tokay versus Isin. Let's go. So Tokay from Nexus Japan. Isin, Body Carnival. Studio. Some bet this logo looks like the UN. Isin. Tokay, next is Japan versus Isin, Body Carnival Japan. Poe, what did you think about that one?
All right. I got Isin on this battle. I actually like Tokay's tops better and rhythmicality in the whole round. He played with the drum rolls and his shuffles and everything. He froze right on the cymbal again. Like, he really listens to the music. I just feel sometimes when you see him do his circle in his footwork, his form is a bit, I don't know if he has knee injuries or something. He doesn't have as much power as he should have in his footwork, because footwork should be powerful as well.
Yeah.
Isin, on the other hand, didn't do as much tops as Tokay did. But he went straight to the point on the ground, and his transitions were way more powerful. The variations was more sporadic and everything like that. He did have a little transition out of one of his moves off, an execution, small little execution thing off. But overall, I give it to Isin on this one. Yeah.
All right. Chris?
Yeah, that was a really good battle. Tokay's musicality was great, and it was a really tough round to beat. I gave it to Isin. It was just such high level like power combos. I would like to see him sort of. I would like a little bit more energy at the start from Isin, but and there was that little stumble when he did his one-hand elbow, but just such high difficulty level with the power. So I give it to Isin.
All right, Don, over to you. 2 votes for Isin so far. Where are you at?
I gave this one to Isin. Tokay danced well. Nice form, but it didn't really do anything special, in my opinion. And I think Isin's first 2 moves is probably more than enough to beat that round. So, yeah, I gave this one to Isin.
All right. So 3 votes to Isin. We go through. Before we do our top 4, I'm just going to do a quick plug of our sponsors. Once again, thanking City of Sydney, helping us put it together this year. Opensource.co, helping us put our live stream together. Red Bull, of course, Darling Square Community Bank, and City West Community Financial Services. We also, if you're in Sydney or, if you're in one of the neighboring states and you feel like driving over, we've got Po 1's last workshop tomorrow night at our Crossover Dance Studios. So check out the Destructive Steps site, 7:30. A little more info there on the DS site and on the page, on the Insta and all that. But let's go through to the top 4. So our battle bracket for the top 4, we now have Shoya versus Landau, and we have Shade versus Isin. Okay, so first up we have Shoya, Mortal Kombat versus Landau, Not Stay in Japan. Let's go. Shoya first up. We got Shoya versus Landau. I like the crewmates in the back reacting. I do like that. So let's go through and see what the judges thought. Let's cut to Don first. Don, who did you think? Shoya versus Landau.
Had Landau taken that one out. I thought Shoya just wasn't as smooth as all the other rounds, and Landau's energy is just tough to beat. He had a nice freeze, and his musicality was good, and he battled well as well. So I gave that one to Landau.
All right. Chris, what did you think?
Yeah, I've been liking Shoya the whole way through, and I was sort of hoping for a little bit more. The round seemed a bit crashy, like he wasn't quite hitting well in the round. Landau sort of smashed it. It was really clean. Yeah, really dynamic, so I gave it to Landau.
All right. 2 for Landau. Po 1, where you at for that one?
I actually have Landau on this one. Yeah, I'll keep it short on that one. Landau took it straight through. You know, clean, sharp, straight through. Just needs a little work on his originality, but overall he took it. Shoya, a lot of crashes and wobbly moments in this round. He's had them in other rounds as well. Plus, the way he starts his set is always to the side. He steps to the side, which is the power move practice way. But there's so many different ways you can get into your power. So I think he needs to work on that. Plus, he gets up with his B-boy stance. But I'll be honest. I'll make it quick. A B-boy. Can people see me right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When you're chilling at a bus stop, you chill like this. You don't chill like this. Okay. You don't chill like that. So if you're gonna stand up every time you get up and you're like this, that doesn't look normal to me.
It's like you forgot your jacket.
Yeah, your straight jacket. So
Like you want the person behind you to think that you're kissing someone.
Yeah, you know.
The
So
corner.
remember, make it look natural. Gesture should look natural. All right. Peace.
Both seem like quite young b-boys too. So like good talent from young guys. So second of our top 4 battles is Shade from Aria and Usui Kikaku versus Isin, Body Carnival. All right, let's go. Good picture. Background switch up again. Isin now. With the crew in the back. It's quick. Oh. Nice energy on that one. All right, Shade versus Isin. Let's go to Chris. What did you think first off?
Yeah, that was a really tough battle. Shade was coming with really original stuff. I don't know, for me personally, I didn't like the hat moment. I thought that it was like the hat coming off sort of seemed like a slip up within the round.
Odd for a recorded set. I was like,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah, he played it off well, but to me it seemed like a little stumble. Isin was really explosive. I feel like he needs to dance a lot more, but he's, the 1.5 to double rock is always a nice combo. Really sharp. He could have stuck that freeze better at the end. He sort of stumbled on it, but I gave it to Isin.
All right. Well, so we got one for Isin. Po, let's go to you.
All right, I actually have Shade.
Yeah.
on this one. Even though his hat fell off, I feel he played it off pretty nicely. You know what I mean? He had no mess ups in his whole round. Even in his freezes, the only thing that is the hat fell. You know?
Yeah.
And Isin, his last freeze, he just stumbled out of it. You know what I mean? So if you look at the hat and the stumble and you match those up kind of in a way, you say, okay, now the original content. For me, Shade was way more original, plus through power and then everything. His angles, he's smart when he breaks, you know?
Yeah.
Isin, for me, was more sporadic, as in faster.
Yeah.
But anything he's doing, I've seen it.
Yeah.
You know? But it's dope. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. It's super dope and fast and crisp, you know? But if you're looking at contents as well of like what this tradition and this art form about, what are you bringing to the table? Recycled or new merchandise as well that's going to be used as a new foundation for people to grow. I thought Shade took it on this one.
All right.
You know what I mean?
So we got one each at the moment. Over to Don. Don, where are you at for this one? Shade or Isin?
I had Isin for this one. Thought Shade's so good. He's so nice. I just felt like he was kind of moving in between combos. Isin did have a little bit of a fumble at the start, and his ending could have exited a little bit better, but I thought everything in between was super strong, and I was really feeling that. So I went with Isin on this one. But yeah, super close battle.
All right. So that takes us through to the finals. So finals is 2 rounds per breaker. We got the battle bracket here, and it is Landau, Not Stain Japan versus Isin from Body Carnival Japan. And we'll do both rounds, and then I'll throw to the judges, and we'll see what they think. But this is the finals for our top 16 online battle 101 breaking. Let's get to it. Finals. Let's go.
You just put the needle on a really unique record album.
Landau.
Renegades of jazz. Fire, brimstone, the girls stink on the microphone. First through the gate, last to laugh. The right hand man on the left hand path. Girls know my name in the dance. Lost in a trance, in their pants. Meant for you in an itchy finger. The good die young and the bad be winners. A sad song of the lost and weak, whose lying body turned his cheek. I speak in tongues, seek riches and be undone. Rule of thumb is cast no light. Carrying the scars again the
You just
inside.
put the needle on a really unique record album.
Renegades of jazz. Fire, brimstone, the girls stink on the microphone. First through the gate, last to laugh. The right hand man on the left hand path. Girls know my name in the dance. Lost in a trance, in their pants. Meant for you in an itchy finger. The good die young and the bad be winners. A sad song of the lost and weak, whose lying body turned his cheek. I speak in tongues, seek riches and be undone. Rule of thumb is cast no light. Carrying the scars again the inside. Son of the morning smiling, fields of rubber, no style.
Round 1. Okay. Round 2. Round 2. That's weird. battling each other right now. That's so funny. I like the crew kind of like shit talking in the background, even though you're shit talking your own round. Yeah. That's about because they don't know they're battling each other. All right, so Landau, Not Staying Japan versus Isin, Body Carnival Japan. Unknowingly sharing screens. Showing up in each other's videos. So let's go through. Let's go to Chris first. Two rounds this time. What did you think?
They should have just battled in real life. They're in the same room.
Yeah.
I like how the crew got bigger and bigger as well, like as the battle progressed. For me, these were probably Landau's sort of worst rounds throughout the battle. I think he wasn't as sharp. He wasn't hitting as well as he was in the previous battles. And the opposite goes for Isin. I feel like he was lacking. Like he was really sharp early on, but he was lacking a little bit of energy, and this one it was like he finally woke up. And he hit the nice one-hand air flare. Everything was just sharp and on it. So I gave my vote to Isin.
It seems like Landau might have, because there's I think 3 different locations, so might have recorded a bunch of videos and picked the ones that they liked the most. Isin's was all in the same room. All in the same room. All right. Poe, what do you think about that one? We got 1 vote for Isin. What about you?
I actually have Isin.
All right.
Winning this battle. Yeah. And I think Isin woke up, just like Kamikaze said. Every round he did was just solid, straight from beginning to end. Some real difficult transitions there, and the transitions hit. They were perfectly executed, perfectly clean. Even his freezes coming out of back rock super fast or an air flare super fast, he was straight towards the camera, and he knew he was hitting it. Like, he got up, and all his boys behind him were like, yeah. I think Landau, on the other hand, these were not his best rounds. He went up for the 1990, slapped it, didn't hit it, fell out of it, went for a front sweep. His foot got caught. He didn't look solid in these rounds, even though he is a good b-boy, and he overall, he understands about looking sharp. He understands about executing and all that, I think he did pretty good, but Isin was way more harder in these rounds, so Isin took it. Yeah,
that's the wave. All right, so we got 2 votes for Isin. Don, let's throw to you. What did you think?
Yeah, I had Isin taking this one out. Props to both b-boys for like battling like it was real life. It was like really, really cool to see. But yeah, I thought Landau just wasn't his best rounds, as the other guys have said. And Isin just was action packed. Everything was solid. He wasn't cheap with anything, and it was just good all around. So props to him.
All right, thanks, Don. So congratulations to Isin. If you're tuned in, you've got 200 Australian dollars heading your way. You are the winner of Destructive Step 12, our one-on-one online battle. Just before we go away, I might start with Don on this one. Judges, what are your overall thoughts about this year's digital Top 16? What did you think, Don?
I thought we had a good range of like b-boys that competed in it, and a few different styles. If anything, I would like to encourage everybody else that would do it in the future to don't look like you're practicing, because it's a battle. But I thought it was really cool, and I'm really grateful for you guys to have me judge it with Kamikaze and Puck.
All right, thanks, Don. Me not being across all of the breakers. I came away from this being super interested in who Shade is. I've not had a huge amount of exposure, but super dope. Chris, what did you think? Your overall thoughts about competition this year?
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting. It was a really fun, different way of sort of like, this is my first online battle, so it was like really interesting to sort of judge in this way. But it's also like this sort of thing that we're doing now, like the little breakdown. I think it gives something that we're not really able to do, is like the breakdown, the thought process behind the judging and stuff like that, which I think is really unique and cool. it's not often like obviously you get some cats come up at the end of a battle and ask them to dissect the round, but just being able to sort of dissect it live and break down what the thought process is behind it, I thought it was really cool opportunity to do. So I really enjoyed doing it, and thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. A lot more judge space. Happy to have you. And last up, Poe, what were your thoughts? You said you've done like 9 or 10 of these now.
Yeah, a lot. I think it was very well organized. I want to give a big shout out to Destructive Steps team, the whole squad, the behind the scenes. Everybody is just, you guys, the hospitality, everything you guys doing. Most people that are watching this don't know, they've been at it for weeks and weeks, for the whole year planning, of course. But even though the main event stopped, they're still organizing behind the scenes all the technical things that are happening. If we could turn the camera and you can see all of them behind, how every wires are everywhere for this to work. If I had a hat on, I'd tilt it to you guys. Big respect. Okay. It's run by ladies, you guys. Yeah, shout out to the ladies. Yeah. But okay, check it out. Like I said earlier when you first asked me, this is just giving an opportunity for everybody to do something. Being in lockdown, you know what I mean, gives them something to look forward to practice for. These opportunities to be online. A lot of people complain, but online battles is not a vibe, blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of like, damn, aren't you happy with anything?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know there's yin and yang, but in everything, but everything has that.
Yeah.
So don't compare it with live stuff.
No.
It's okay. This is where we're at the moment until we are safe to congregate together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that we ain't going to put at risk our parents or our loved ones or anybody like
that.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with it, with this. I will say, if you're going to turn in a video, okay, you have so many opportunities to get it right. So if you send in, can I say, if you send in a half-ass video, okay, then you're gonna get probably not a good score.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is not a practice. It's a battle video.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised that
Talking about practice.
Made top 16 because I had others in my point that should have made in top 16. But I guess tallying up the scores with all the judges separately, had these guys, some of these guys in the top 16.
Yeah.
I would have had 1 or 2 different dancers, you know what I mean, that I saw on the list. But that's how it goes. You have 3 judges, 3 different points. They add it up, and whoever with the highest points goes in,
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, don't send in half-ass videos, you guys, because that is a no-no. You have opportunities, it's not live.
Yeah. We had some past the deadline submissions as well.
Yeah, meet the deadlines, you guys.
And it wasn't like here's a song, come back in 4 hours. It was like here's a song, come back in 4 days. I've been told.
Yeah.
So well, thank you everybody for being present. Thank you for participating. Doing this first digital one, but we got. Very soon we have the open style top 16, so stay tuned, and thank you very much for being here. We'll see you soon.